I just need to stop being stupid and read labels and not buy refills basically the next time, because this is not even the first time I've made a mistake like that. Hi there, this is Suchitra, and I talk about all things beauty and wellness to make your life a little better. So, today's video, as you already know, is Best of Makeup 2024. And what does that mean? It means that I am going to be talking about all the new products that I tried this year exclusively, but that doesn't mean that these are the only favorites that I have. I do have other favorites out of these, which I may have featured in the years before. But anyway, we are going to keep the focus on this year's products. So, let's go. Also, before we get started, I just wanted to quickly say that I'm going to leave the links to all the products that I will be talking about here in the descriptor below, so you can find them easily. Okay, first up is a product that is actually a hybrid between a makeup and a skincare product. This one is from Merit, and it's called Great Skin Instant Glow Serum. This is what it looks like. It's a bi-phase product. I've just shaken it. So this is how the product looks after being shaken. So the way I use this is actually when I'm doing my makeup. So I'm not going to be talking about this in my skincare favorites because I use this as a layer before I do my base. So my base basically adheres to my skin really well and gives it that nice lit from within glowy dewy look, which I love because this water also has some amount of oils in it, which basically helps to grip in the foundation, grip in the base makeup really well, and also leaves the skin very nourished, moisturized at the same time. Really does such a fun, fabulous job. Look, it's separating now, and that is how it looks in two phases. And once you shake it, basically the whole thing comes together, and that's how you're supposed to use it, especially if you have dry leaning skin like mine. Then definitely use it after shaking this. This product was sent to me in PR very kindly by Merit. I don't think it's available in India, but I'm going to try and leave the link for this anyway in the descriptor below. Okay, next is a foundation that absolutely blew me away. I actually am not a big fan of buying a lot of foundations because I prefer skin tints to them. But this one actually performs somewhere between a foundation and a skin tint, if that makes sense, because it's light enough to be a skin tint, but also buildable enough to be a foundation. This one is from e.l.f. and it's called the Soft Glam Satin Foundation. True to its name, it does give a very soft glam satin kind of a veil on the skin. It gives such a beautiful, natural, my skin but better look. Absolutely love this. I have a dedicated reel on this also, which I will link below. It is superbly affordable but performs as a high-end foundation. In fact, it performs better than some of my high-end foundations as well. So for that reason, I truly, truly love this. Okay, next is this concealer, which I picked up from Rimmel. This is from their Kind and Free collection, and I actually have a skin tint from this, which I featured in my last year's favorites. I really like that skin tint, and that is probably why I picked this. The finish of that skin tint was so natural, so nice, and I thought that the concealer will be as nice. And honestly, this one is even better. This really, really, really does such a great job of giving you such a nice natural coverage. So if you are somebody who doesn't like that very thick cakey kind of coverage, in your under eye area, then this is something that I will highly recommend to you. I have this in two shades with me. This one's a little bit deeper, and this one is slightly lighter. This is in the shade medium, and this one is tan. This one is a perfect match for me. This is something that I use sometimes on, if I have like a pimple that's going away and it needs a bit extra, a bit more of coverage, then I first go in with this and then with like a heavier concealer. But otherwise, this is my on the go concealer. This is just beautiful. You can blend with your fingers. So, so, so easy to work with. Spreads like a dream, stays like a dream, never makes you look cakey, is just overall wonderful. Okay, this one was one of my very priced buys this year. This is the Nude Sticks kit. I have spoken about this multiple times. I also have a dedicated reel on this particular kit. I will be linking everything in the descriptor so you can check that out. So this one has minis of the blush, bronzer and highlighter. So the blush is in the shade Bohemian Rose, and it's a very nice cool toned pink. And the bronzer is in the shade Bondi Bay, and the highlighter is Hey Honey. They are all so beautiful, and honestly, if you are my skin tone or any medium skin tones, a couple of shades lighter or deeper than me, then this kit is just perfection for you. Highly, highly, highly recommend this one. And my nude sticks moment isn't over. I also bought another mini blush. This is in the shade Nude Buff, and it's just beautiful. It is that very everyday pink shade, which is not too pink and in your face, if you get what I mean. It's a very, very nude pink. It's a blush which is perfect for when you don't want to look like you're wearing a lot of blush, but you also want to have just a little bit of color on your face. This is so perfect. And all of the Nude Sticks products, I've found them to be very soft. They glide on so smoothly over your skin. They're not sticky. A lot of the smooth, creamy blushes, they tend to go on your skin smoothly, but they're also very sticky, tacky, and they keep shifting. Whereas these products, they're not powdery, but they're also slightly matte. But at the same time, they also deliver some kind of a sheen. I don't know how this brand does it, but they deliver literally the perfect kind of products. And I have used so many of them right now, and all of them are sheer perfection. Okay, next is this very, very unique blush from this Korean brand called News. I mean, look at the damn packaging. How freaking beautiful. And look at the shade of the blush. It's a lavender color. We've all seen pink blushes, we've also seen purple blushes, but have we seen a lavender blush before? I mean, at least I hadn't at the start of the year. Now we're seeing the emergence of the shade a lot more. This is so beautiful, and it comes in this nice pump format. I again have a dedicated reel on this. We'll be linking everything. This also has this very nice tint that it leaves on the skin, so the blush absolutely doesn't move. In fact, whenever I use my fingers to tap it, even after washing my fingers like multiple times, that tint doesn't leave my fingers. So the tint is so perfect, and at the same time, it's sheer. It's just beautiful. Like, Koreans really know how to come up with the most innovative kind of products out there, and there's so many steps ahead. It blows my mind every single time, and this one is such a prime example of that. Okay, then there's another blush. This one is from LA Girl, and this is in the shade Grace. In fact, this is what I'm wearing right now on my face, which is very, very subtle, because that's just the style that I like wearing my blush. But of course, this is supremely buildable. It's a very beautiful coral. It doesn't move, stays put, is so great for even the humid climate, when you don't want your blush to be moving around a lot. You don't want anything overbearing, too sticky, and is going to just make a mess on your face. This one is just perfect for those kind of climatic conditions, especially. And in terms of the color, also, the payoff is just fabulous. You need so little that pigment really pops. It is so beautiful at this price point. It really, really works as a high-end blush, I would say. Okay, we are not done with our blushes just as yet. Special mention to these blushes from Nykaa. They launched them this year, and I have been wearing them around the year. These are so beautiful. They send me 3 shades. I have a dedicated reel on these. We'll be linking everything below. So you want to check any of the detailed swatches or anything about the products, please do check the descriptor to basically give you a more in-depth understanding of the swatches, the colors, the pigments. So don't miss those. Okay, moving into the eyes and eyebrow category, I have this mascara, which is such an absolute winner. Again, a dedicated reel is there in the descriptor below. This is so beautiful. This is a dual-ended mascara with 2 different wands, and this is absolutely value for money. This one is from Swiss Beauty, and this is called Craze. This would work for literally every kind of lashes out there. Obviously, does not perform as a high-end mascara, if I can be really honest, but at this price point, it really delivers. Is such a good mascara. Highly recommend. Then is this eyeliner from Kaja. I need to show you the tip. It has such a beautiful pointy tip, and yet it's slightly flexible, so it actually helps you get really nice wings, whether you like the short ones or the really dramatic long ones. This is really, really good for that. However, if you have oily eyelids, this may not be so great for you. But since I don't have that problem, this is something that I have really enjoyed using. Okay, next is this Fold You So eyebrow pencil and spoolie from Tipsy Beauty. This is how the product looks. Isn't that cool? Like, the first time I received it, I was like, wow, that is so cool. It is literally so tiny that it can fit into the tiniest of handbags. It's super slim. Look at how it looks. I love the packaging, though I do feel that they can make the whole thing a little more sturdy. I don't have so much of a problem with that, honestly. It still performs really well. The pencil tip is fine. You can really draw hair-like strokes and it comes out beautifully. Dedicated reel is there in the descriptor. Okay, then I have an eyeshadow, which is basically from Terra Moons. I ordered this from the US and it looks so rich. It's so versatile, can be worn on so many different outfits because it's got two tones. So it really pops. Whenever I've worn this, people have actually asked me, "Ooh, what is that shade you're wearing on your eyes?" I've literally got asked that because it's that beautiful. Okay, moving on, we now come to lipsticks. I have too many, but I've really enjoyed using so many lipsticks this year, and it was so hard to pick out some of my favorites, but I did. I did cull out some of my favorites, and here they are. You know that this year was, about a lot of browns right from the beginning. I also predicted that in my last year's beauty forecast that I did. So yeah, I'm very glad that, browns really showed up the way I predicted. And this was a shade I really, really enjoyed using so much. This one is from Maybelline. It's the shade More Top. This one is so beautiful. Like, I can't even begin to tell you what a pretty shade this is. I don't think there is any person, any Indian skin tone that will not enjoy wearing the shade. It'll suit the lightest of light skin tones and the deepest of deep skin tones. It is sheer perfection. Okay, another shade is this one from ColourPop. I have gone on record speaking about this so many times. This is in the shade Cherry Pickin', and I love this. It's more like, it's somewhere between a lip balm and a lipstick, and I love that about it. It's so creamy, and this is such a nice, barely there kind of a shade, but it's not like a full-fledged lipstick. So for those days when you don't want to, like look too decked up, but you still want to have a little color on your lips, this is just perfect. Okay, another Korean favorite, of course, is this Kaja Lip Jelly Charm, if I'm getting the name right. And this is in the shade Squeeze Guava. This is so pretty. Dedicated reel is in the descriptor, but I'm mentioning that again because this is one of the most comfortable lip tints that I could ever think of. Literally, like, if I can't think of what to put on my lips, I'm just stepping out, I'm rushing. This is what I reach out to. This is literally like you just put a little bit of this and it just transforms your face. It just adds that little pop of color, but it's not like out there, and it's nourishing, moisturizing, which stays. That moisturizing property of this product stays for a really long time. So no crusty lips. And even after, it's like kind of washed off, that slight subtle tint remains. And that is why I love this product so much. Like, this has literally been in my handbag from the day I've gotten my hands on this. This was sent to me by Purple, and I haven't stopped using it since the day I've gotten it. Absolutely brilliant product. I'm just saying that too many times. I have 3 more lipsticks to go. I have dedicated reels on all of these. So instead of me saying that after each of the lipsticks, I'm just saying that once and for all. So you can find the links all in the descriptor. Let's quickly get started with this one. This is the Maybelline Lifter Plump. This is in the shade Peach Fever. I reviewed this and I showed you this on my Instagram page when it wasn't launched in India. I'd gotten it from the US, but good thing is it's now available here, so you can get your hands on it. It is literally one of the most plumping lip glosses out there, and by that I also mean it can be a tad bit uncomfortable if you're not somebody who can tolerate that heat on your lips. It can really, really sting, but I'm kind of used to it. I'm wearing this for a while now, and it always delivers that beautiful sheer nice plump lips, and nicely glazed. Like, it's so sophisticated, the color. It's just that really pretty light pink shade. And even though it's like a light pink shade, it's that really nice sheer gloss, which will suit pretty much most Indian skin tones the way I see it. It is really, really plumping, like I'm saying. It may not be for the faint-hearted ones, but if you are somebody who's ready to go for it, then go for it all out. Then this is from the brand called Sunny's Face, and this is in the shade Girl Crush. This is a brand that I was waiting to get my hands on for years. I think for at least 3-4 years since I first discovered this brand. And at that point of time, they had the most beautiful corals, coral pinks, and those kind of shades, which I had never seen here. Now, of course, you have access to those kind of shades from many more brands. But back then, this was the only brand doing it. And it wasn't like, top of the mind, most spoken about brand. So it really got my attention. And when I did, get access to this, this is what I grabbed. This is one of the most beautiful reds I have tried in my life. Like, this is a red shade, but it looks muted, right? And it delivers exactly like that. It looks like, I can't even begin to tell you what a beautiful, mind-bendingly, mind-blowing red this is. The only sad thing is that the stay is really, really low. So you have even like little bit of something, and you'll need to touch up your lipstick. But for this kind of a shade, I don't mind doing that, but that is something that you might want to consider. Okay, finally, the last lipstick, and this is from MAC, your good old classic MAC. And this is from their Maximal range, and this is in the shade Sugar Dada. So this is actually a vermilion, so it's a red orange, if that makes sense. I am a red lipstick lover. You show me like a nice unique red, or even if it's not that unique, you show me a nice beautiful red, and I will not think twice. I will just go and grab it. And that's exactly what happened when I spotted this at Sephora in Singapore. Because once you do see this in the reel that I've shared below, you will know exactly how beautiful this shade is. And two bits about the formula. It is a superbly comfortable formula. It is a cream lipstick, so obviously the staying power is decent. It is not phenomenal as expected. I wasn't expecting it to, just be out of the world kind of a thing. The stay is very okay. You will need to reapply after you had a big meal. Something I don't mind. The shade is just beautiful. Okay, now to the final category. I have 3 new makeup brushes to talk about. 2 are in the affordable category, and 1 is in the not so affordable category. But all 3 are just beautiful, and they've just outperformed everything that I have. In fact, let me actually quickly get started. And all my brushes are dirty. Please don't judge me. I have been using them back to back. I need to wash them, but that's a separate story. Anyway, let me quickly get started. And I have seen so many creators using this, and I fully get why. This is a beautiful concealer brush. So this one is from Mars, and it's called BRF09. So you see, this has a bit of a tapered top. So it's really great to blend the concealer. You can actually go in and blend other products on your face as well. But personally, for me, that's my preference. I do like using my concealer with this. I also have the very raved about Rare Beauty concealer brush. It is angled beautifully. The whole body is beautiful, but the bristles itself are not very soft. In fact, once you're used to more softer bristles like this one, you will find it a little pokey and not very comfortable. So compared to such a high end brush, I would actually, between the two, this is what I reach out to much more. So that should tell you how good this brush is. It's densely packed. It's beautiful. Okay, moving on. This is a concealer brush from Milagro. This is a proper kitten paw brush. You can see the angle. I haven't seen this kind of a design from any other brand in India. And the brand, said that they would be sending this to me. I was super thrilled. I was like, just send it to me. And rightly so, it's made it to my favorites this year. Fully get why. This is not very densely packed, and that's why I like it actually for this purpose, because it's light. So it actually works perfectly with the Mars brush. I like using both those brushes for 2 different kind of formulas. The Mars one works really, really well for a creamy concealer, and this one works better for a more liquid kind of a concealer. So the purposes are different. This one works also really well for setting the under eyes with a setting powder. Like the two of them together in combination, and you won't need anything else to do your concealer or even a little bit of base, because most of my base is just concealer. So these are the 2 brushes I work with, and they just work beautifully. Okay, next is this brush from Filmily. I'm very lucky to actually get my hands on a good deal and grab this brush quickly before it got sold out. Look at the beautiful design of this brush. I think this deserves its own dedicated reel, which I don't have yet, but it is such a beautiful brush. I cannot begin to tell you. This is such a versatile multi-purpose brush. It kind of eliminates the need for 2, 3 different brushes in your kit. This is a heavy duty brush. It has a proper wooden handle. It's well built. I fully get, why Filmini makes some of the nicest brushes. The packing is dense, the bristles are soft. It's so lovely. Like I think from the day I've gotten this and I started wearing my foundation using this brush, I was like, whoa, now that changed the whole game. Because literally your foundation wears so much more flawlessly, seamlessly with a brush like this. Because sometimes we don't realize, how much difference brushes and tools can make to your whole makeup look. And this is a great example of that. I think I will very soon do a reel on this. And in case I forget, please remind me. Okay, that was a lot of makeup this year, and that brings me to the end of this video. I hope you liked it, and if you have, then please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Do send it to your friends, families, or anybody who likes, enjoys makeup. I am a professional makeup artist, so I really, really take my time and vet every makeup product with a lot of care and a lot of understanding. I'd love to hear your thoughts on my picks, and please let me know if you have better suggestions. I'm always happy to learn from my community. So, yeah, do leave me a comment and tell me what you think.